This is Prep Rally brought to you by the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. It's championship week for prep basketball teams as the best of the best descend on Hot Springs starting Thursday for the state finals. Although there are still some championship games yet to be decided in some of the lower classifications, the basketball will be tossed up Thursday morning at 10 a.m. and 12 championship games will be played over the next 3 days. It was exactly 1 year ago that the sports world stopped turning as COVID-19 outbreaks began to spread across the country. And although the coronavirus is still prevalent, we've learned to adapt, we've learned to move forward, and we've learned to play. Prep sports have pushed ahead, and like fall sports and some others this winter, we have reached the final week. Congratulations to players, coaches, cheerleaders, and fans for doing your part to make this happen for our kids. Now, the first state final game on Thursday morning will feature two of the most storied basketball programs in the state, as Fort Smith Northside girls, making its 13th state finals appearance, will take on defending state champion Fayetteville, a team many thought could not make it back to Hot Springs after the graduation of two Division I signees. And Northside built a big early lead against North Little Rock in Saturday's first semifinal at Fayetteville, and the Lady Bears needed every bit of it. Now, Northside led by 18 points at one point before North Little Rock rallied to tie the score late at 46-46. But the Lady Bears locked it down from there to win 53-46 to claim that championship berth. Northside coach Ricky Smith, who has guided the program to 12 state finals appearances, said his team showed toughness when it had to.
They kept plugging, and we kept telling the kids, they're coming. It's just a matter of time. We knew they were coming. But proud of my kids. We missed some free throws and some layups late that were very uncharacteristic of us. But they came back and tied it up, and to me, I think the play of the game was Cassidy Moore, a kid that hadn't been starting, gets it against the press, drives the length of the floor when no one else was really wanting it or could get it, more or less, gets fouled and hits two big free throws.
Yeah, and it's silent. A few hours after Northside punched its finals ticket, tournament host Fayetteville took on a very good Conway team in the other semifinal. Now, Conway jumped out to an early 9-0 lead, but the resilient Lady Bulldogs did not wilt. They slowly chipped away at Conway's lead. Winter Beck, who is just a sophomore, hit a couple of free throws with 1.9 seconds left to send the game to overtime. Then she raced the length of the court for a layup in the waning seconds of overtime, as Fayetteville finished off a 57-56 win. The Lady Bulldogs coach Vic Rimmer called his rising sophomore star fearless.
So they tried their best to take Carolina Lyles out of the game, and so, you know, Winter is a downhill at the rim kid. She's fearless and she's so creative with the ball. I just trust her with the ball in her hands to get to the hoop and make the right play. Just make the right play. And how about the free throws at the end of the ring? Who can do that? What kid can make those two free throws? Game's on the line, both of them. And then at the end, there's no doubt in my mind, at the end of the game, she's out top. I call her the ball screen up top and let her go to work, and she's just got it done.
Now, Thursday's matchup down in Hot Springs should be a good one. And Class 6A boys, the Bentonville Tigers came up just a little short in the semifinals. They fell to Little Rock Central, 57-50. Now, the Tigers went on a late 9-0 run in the fourth quarter to get within 3 points at 53-50, but Central hit a huge shot in the lane with just under a minute to go and held on from there. Bentonville coach Dick Rippey, who will return almost his entire team next year, said his team showed a lot of fight against a very good opponent.
But I thought our guys, we fought. We just had a hard time getting the ball in the basket. Not just Thursday, not just tonight, but last Thursday against Bryant too. And that's credit to them and their athleticism. They're long. It's almost sometimes like you're playing against six out there. I mean, they're just so quick and they're well coached and they know they scouted as well. And I just thought it was a difficult game, but our guys, you just want a chance at the end and maybe, get a break away from maybe, getting the ball back down 3 and then go to work. But that never happened. But I was proud of our guys' effort, no question.
And the other boys' 6A semifinal, North Little Rock was clicking on all cylinders, and they rolled to an 87-63 win against Fort Smith Northside. A 7-foot junior Kalel Ware, that's right, 7-foot junior Kalel Ware had 28 points for the Charging Wildcats. And North Little Rock coach Johnny Rice spoke to the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette after the game.
coming in. We hadn't played in over a week and a half and all that. And I was worried about that last night, and then we got jumped on. That effort was there, energy was there from everybody. Guys on the bench, everything. Been the same way tonight. Had a little lull around the same time, a little bit early in the third quarter. But man, I'm so proud of you. What part made me proud of this is my 9th year. This will be my 6th trip to the state championship game in 9 years. And I don't know if I'm any prouder than this team right here. Everything they've had to go through. And so, yeah, we got one more.
Now, moving down to Class 4A, and the coaches in the 4A1 conference, they know how brutally tough that league is, and they are thankful for it. Every night is like a playoff game, which prepares the teams who do advance to the postseason. It prepares them for that. Now, this was never more evident than at the Class 4A state tournament, where Harrison and Farmington slugged their way through each side of the bracket, and they emerged as the last 2 teams standing on Saturday. Now, Farmington downed Pulaski Academy 62-57 in overtime to punch its return ticket to the state final, while Harrison knocked off host Morrilton 54-48. Now, for Farmington, Tori Kersey had a double-double in that win. She had 19 points and 11 rebounds. And for Harrison, Alex Hill had 22 points and 8 rebounds in that big win. So Harrison and Farmington will go head-to-head at 10 o'clock on Saturday in the Class 4A state championship game. Now, teams in some of the other classifications, they will wrap up their state tournaments on Monday. They extended by a week because of COVID. The number of games played each day was reduced to 4, so they had to carry over to Monday. So that'll make for a short week for some of those teams. And Northwest Arkansas still has several teams still in the fight for state finals berths in 3A and 2A and 1A. Now, spring sports are also now in full swing as conference play started this week for baseball, softball, boys and girls soccer, and prep track. And the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette will have daily coverage of spring sports in its digital edition. Now, photos like the ones seen in today's show can be seen and purchased on our website at nwaonline.com/photos. So be sure and check those out in the digital edition of the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Also, be sure and check out our weekly Prep Rally podcast every Wednesday as we talk to area coaches in all sports along with other special guests from across the state. The Prep Rally podcast can be heard on SoundCloud, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher, so you'll want to be sure and check that out each week. That is the Prep Rally podcast. That's it for this week's show, and we'll be back next week to recap the state basketball championships. Come back and join us, and we'll see you next time on Prep Rally.